Welcome everybody to the Kitchen Table Talk show presented by Scrumptious Creole Kitchen. I'm Lauren Clayton, the creator of Scrumptious Creole Kitchen, and today on the show we have Christine. Now let me know if I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Giscombe.
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 Yeah.
I'm going to do a little intro so you guys know a little bit about her. She is an international mentor, coach, and motivational speaker whose passion is to help people overcome their limiting beliefs around I can't. And we all have that area where we just feel like we can't, that kind of thing we push up against. So I really love that about you. As a highly skilled coach and with an extensive background in breaking through limiting beliefs, she is able to empower her clients, followers, and audience members to transition from a place of I can't into a place of I can, which enables them to lead empowered lives and become ambassadors for change. And I also love that. That's kind of like a truncated version of her bio, but the intention, it seems, behind it is to empower others so they can continue to evolve and empower themselves, and then do that for other people in whatever capacity that is.
Exactly.
I love it. So tell me a little bit about, whatever you want to share about just major life events that brought you to this point. And I always like to start with that question because people that are in the business of transformation, as you are, have had to go through, like your pain becomes your purpose.
It does. It certainly does. So hi, Lauren, and hi to everyone. It's an absolute privilege to be on your show. And so my journey started as a very, very young mother. I was 17. I got pregnant at the age of 17. And from that place, it was disappointment to my parents, and it came from a place of shame because I disappointed my parents and I was disappointed in myself, but not knowing my potential, not knowing my identity, not really finishing school. And I was going to become a mother, and I was a child myself. At the age of 21, I had my second child. I was married. I had my second child, but I still didn't know who I was. I knew I was a mother to my children, but I didn't know what my value, I had lost my value. And I didn't have anyone that I could actually go to because I was brought up in a very loving home, but my parents were very strict. So it was not something that I could talk about to my mother easily, and there wasn't anybody that I could talk to. So my catalyst of change is that I became the person that I needed when I was young.
Wow.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's a journey, and no experience, I believe, no experience in your life is wasted.
Oh, that's amazing. And it sounds like, just hearing that it took so much courage to be in that. I mean, I feel like one of the lessons or the things that opportunity afforded you was this opportunity to strengthen your sense of like courage and an opportunity to obviously know who you are as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
The journey of discovering who I was a difficult journey. I had no template, but I knew that there was greater that lay within me. There was greater. I was somebody. I couldn't just be a mother, live a mother and die a mother. And I was an encourager. And I know that to this day that I was an encourager, and they call these people mentors and coaches now, but I was an encourager as a child.
Yes, and you felt that kind of fire in you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because I think some people are really meant to be just mothers, and I mean that's not something I could do, and I think so highly of that they just are so passionate about that. But to know also that there's something else, whatever you're doing. Let's say you're watching this from your office right now, and knowing that maybe this isn't your thing, and that there's something else brewing inside you, and really acknowledging that is beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why is coaching important to you? And
coaching is really important because I can see the value. I mean, one of the things that I do say is sometimes people see something in you that you don't see yourself. And as I said, I was always an encourager, even as a child. It was easy for me to encourage somebody else, even from a dark place. Just telling them that I can, excuse me, sorry, Junior.
I love it. Hi.
Sorry. Even from such a dark place, I was able to encourage, and coaching is an idea that is given to you, but the person doesn't know how to make that journey or to reach that destination. So you coach them, you give them the advice, you share your experience, your knowledge, and you connect them to like-minded people to help them to make that transition. And I think it's very important in life to stop and spend time with other people, find out where they're coming from, appreciate where they are at, and use your skills, be it encouraging, be it just a word, be it a hug, be it a smile, to help that person to take the next step. Because the next step could be their step to a breakthrough. But the next step makes it easier and they get closer to their journey and their destination. So for me, coaching is really important to everybody, no matter where they are in life. And it may not be a business idea. It could be, I just want to love myself. Mm-hmm. And they just need to know how to do that and to appreciate and to let go and forgive themselves as well. You know, so coaching is very important for me to learn as a coach, but to coach my mentees.
Yes. And so as a coach, you're helping people evolve and grow. But you also, to be an effective coach, you know, we have to do the work and evolve and grow. So what ways do you make sure that you're continuing to evolve and grow?
I go on coaching courses, I go on self-development courses, I read books, I do networking sessions, I do, networking sessions, I do workshops, and I have a coach myself. A coach needs a coach.
Yes.
I get a coach that is where I see I want to be or where I'm going, so they can teach me and stretch me. Stretching is not always comfortable, but it's necessary for growth.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm going to tell someone to do something, I can't tell them without doing it myself. So you feel the fear and you do it anyway.
Absolutely. I'm all about getting outside the comfort zone and really not being comfortable at all for long periods of time. That's one of the reasons I have this show, is because I wanted to do it and it's really outside my comfort zone. So yeah, it's about expanding. What in what ways are you pushing yourself outside your comfort zone currently?
Workshops, because I was always very comfortable doing one-to-one, and I was challenged saying, your skill, you are denying people of your skills, so why don't you do one-to-many? And that was stepping outside my comfort zone. And when I did the first workshop, I thought, oh my gosh, this is so rewarding, because I could see the value that I was giving, but I'm very comfortable in being comfortable, where I'm confident in saying, I know the value that I'm delivering to this one person, I can give you all my attention. But when you do workshops and you have brainstorming sessions and people come together and they can co-buddy one another in workshops, you have accountability sessions, and I feel that I'm reaching more people.
Oh, I love that.
At one time.
Exactly. I think that most entrepreneurs that are in the space of healing and transformation, they do have this urge and like deep desire to bring as much value as they can to as many people. And then a lot of times if I have clients that are worried about money, or people that are worried about money, I'm like, just add value to someone's life, or as many people as you can, and the money will just come. It will. And like, you know, your health, wealth, relationships all get better when you add more value to the lives of others. And
I say to be a solution provider, find the needs and deliver the solution. And that will not, money is important, but that is not your driver. You are actually adding value, and the money will come. If you concentrate on making the money first, the money becomes your driver. I don't think that people really get the true you, because you're always chasing the money.
Yeah, and you're not in your authenticity. That's
No.
Like that, a solution provider. Yes, I like thinking of it that way. So do you have a spiritual orientation or anything like that? And if you do, how does it play into your personal and professional life?
Yeah, I do. I'm a Christian. I was brought up in a Christian home, but I wasn't always a Christian, and I didn't want to be forced to become a Christian. I wanted to develop that myself. I wanted to find my relationship with God and find out who I was. And I have been a Christian now for approximately 9 to 10 years. And I found that I was able to find my purpose, my value I didn't really know. I was searching. I didn't know how to forgive myself. I didn't know how to forgive people that had hurt me. And I was always saying to my mentees, you know, we have to learn to forgive, but you don't realize that you have to walk that walk before you talk that talk. And I always said I was never ever going to take advice from someone who had never walked that walk. That's like having a baby, and they're saying, "Portia," you said, "Well, have you had a baby?" It's like, don't talk to me. Yeah. But I always wanted to talk and speak and teach from an authentic self. And being a Christian, I don't preach people, but I say that I was a person that was so all about me. It was all about how I felt. I didn't care about other people, but the love, I wanted a heart of God, not to judge, but to love, because everybody has a story. And I think that from that authentic place, I can serve. Yeah. And I can serve from a heart that I have to love. I love people. And you know, you go about your daily life and you probably see the tramp on the street. But if you take time to sit down, he was somebody, he is somebody, he had a life. There is a reason why he is there. And there's always a circumstance. It can be a tragic circumstance that has found him on the street. But now I can sit down without fear and sit down and have a conversation, know his name, because he's a person.
Right.
But the love of God, that's what did it for me, because I didn't care about, it's a selfish world. It's all about me, what's in it for me. But being a mentor and a coach, it's not about me. It's about you. And I think that's where I get the value and I see my purpose. It's not about, I take it from me. I won't get in, because I will always be looking for the next, and the next. If I take it to you, then it's always about you. And I can see that I am adding value. I am coaching you, mentoring you, encouraging you, inspiring you to get up and do. It's a choice we have. It is a choice. We can either stay stuck or make the choice and get help and move.
Oh, I love that. And what a beautiful way to articulate moving from, you know, kind of like scarcity or surviving to thriving in this place of abundance where you can just, it's not really about you and you can give. And I love that. Beautiful. So what's your definition of freedom? I used to say, what's your definition of happiness? But I think that like what we're really seeking is like freedom, and that means something different to everyone else. So what do you think about that?
I would say that freedom to me is peace of mind. There are many things. You can sit in a situation and be at peace, and that can be a rough situation. But I've always asked for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And knowledge of who I am, where I'm going, understanding of the situation, and wisdom to speak and not to speak, or to move and when not to move. But that gives you a peace of mind. When you've got that peace of mind, you know that whatever situation you are in will not last forever. And whatever situation you are in, you can learn from it. So I think peace of mind, and to be able to sleep at night and choose to see the fun in things. Yes, situations will come that are adverse. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at the way that you thought about it. Laugh at the negative way that you received something. You think, Christine, what was that about? What really was it about? Or what do I need to learn in this situation? Mm-hmm. So, and I found that if I don't overstress, then I have the peace. And that to me is happiness. It's more than money. Money doesn't bring you happiness. It is what you feel inside you. So I can have nothing, but still be happy. I can have crackers, but still be grateful that I've got crackers that I can eat, because some people don't have that. Think about other people, what they don't have, and be grateful for what you do have. And that comes from a place of happiness. Yeah. Or peace. Was it happiness you asked me? It was happiness.
It was. Your definition of freedom, and that is to just not be able to not be a prisoner to any thought or condition or so, because really everything is temporary. I was just telling a client that before we started talking. I'm like, it's all temporary.
Yes, it will pass. It will pass.
The good and bad, you know. Wonderful. And so, what inspires you?
So, I would say people that have a determination to succeed, whatever that is that they want to do. They don't give up. And I think I was talking to my husband this evening and saying the person that really inspired me was Oprah Winfrey. And I know she's out there, but she started from nowhere. She shares her story. And you look and you think, okay, you've done great things, but if you can start from nowhere and have that thought and do and succeed in doing, then anybody can do that. And people say you should never compare yourself, but yes, you can compare because she's a human being. And the other one was Michelle Obama. For me, Michelle Obama was a normal person. She actually, where you think a black woman was never ever going to go into the White House, she went into the White House. And as I always say, and put body lotion, hair oil, the whole lot, it all went into the White House. But the inspiration is that she went through all adversity, probably thought that they would never ever get there. She got there. She was living, it could have been a vision that she had or a dream. But behind it all, there was that perseverance not to give up.
Right.
There was a plan that she thought, well, you know, if I put myself here, if I learn this, if I do this. She got married to a man and he strategically moved. He didn't just become the president overnight. There is a support and there's choices. So I think those two women stand out for me for, do you know what, you can do it, Christine. I would say my dream is to stand in an auditorium to encourage with a word of encouragement to people, to women. I just see that, and it's a vision that has not left me. And that's where I am now, and that's where I want to go. That is on my vision board.
Yes.
That's
Anything else on your vision board?
It's on my, I've got vision on my vision board. I've got flying worldwide and speaking. I have on my vision board just encouraging young girls that they don't know who they are. They're completely lost and broken because of situations and circumstances. And I know that's where my true gifting lies. To sit with them in the mud, to kneel with them when they can kneel, to stand with them when they can, and to run with them until they can soar. Let them go to soar. For me, that is just what I was created to do. And whether it be a one-to-one or one-to-many, I will do that until my dying day.
I love that so much. I love that you can see the circumstances that you've gone through in your past. You're like, I went through that because that's what I came here to do. I lived through that, and now I'm here to inspire others or help people in a similar situation. I'm not a victim of it. It's just I just went through that, you know, as part of the whole plan. And so
that was the purpose. And I always say that our history is connected to our destiny. So what we go through, and I speak on how to use your experience to inspire others. So you don't come from that place of shame. You come from the place of empowerment. I tell my story. I went through that, but I'm here because I'm here to encourage you. And I needed to go through this because my destiny was connected to my history. That was my history. How did I deal with it? And you tell people how you overcame, what you had to do with your mindset, how you had to encourage yourself when there was no one there to encourage you. And how you were able to stand up and realize, you know what, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I do deserve it. Self-talking is powerful.
It is so powerful. And I'm so glad you said that, because a lot of people over-identify with their past and say, I'm bad, or I'm this, or connect it with shame, and then that's it, that's the end of the story. But it's like, no, this is something to empower yourself and inspire and empower others. It's the only reason that we go through painful things sometimes.
That's right. And we're chosen, some of us are chosen to go through that path because of what lies in our purpose and our destiny.
Absolutely. So what is your opinion of goals, just the word goals? Do you have any?
I do have goals, and I think it's good to have goals because for me, I do vision boards. And vision boards is like goals. And I do a load of workshops on vision boards, and it's set in. So somebody will have a goal that I want to drive a car, or I want to own this car. And what I do is, okay, that's your end goal, but what are the steps in between to get to the end goal? And it may be that you need 20 steps. So chunk that down into 5 steps, then go to the next 5. But if they didn't have any goal or they didn't have any vision, then they will sit down they say, the Bible says, without a vision that people perish. And it's not that they perish as in die. They don't have anything that will bring that heart and make it come alive. There's nothing that will wake them up in the morning. There is nothing that gives them that zest for life to get up and do. This is the reason why it could be children, their own children, it could be their family life. But I think it's goals, I want to be the best wife to my husband, or I want to be the best mother. What am I going to do? How can I inspire them? What can I bring? Creativity. And it keeps the mind fresh.
Yes.
So I think it's important to have goals. And once you've achieved that goal, it is no longer a goal. So set yourself. And so life is evolving.
It's evolving. And it keeps the mind fresh. I think it keeps the body fresh, the spirit fresh, your relationships fresh, and like ever growing, so it's so important.
It's good to have an enthusiastic life, to wake up with hope every day. Yesterday is gone, never to be retrieved, but tomorrow I can make a difference. And it's the very first thought that you have in the day, saying today is going to be a good day, and your goal is, I'm going to smile at someone. That's a goal. Yes. Or today for a person that's suffering from an injury, today I'm actually going to get out of bed. Today I'm going to wash myself and put my clothes on. Today I'm going to put makeup. And it's a goal. It may be a struggle for them, but it's still a goal. So goals don't necessarily always have to be about business or work. It can be about your personal lives. You want to lose weight. Okay, what's your goal? To do that, and it inspires you. You see that you've lost a little bit, that spurs you on to go the extra mile and achieve your goal and celebrate your success. It's very important to celebrate.
Yes, I was just doing that with one of my friends the other day. We forget to do that. It's sometimes like, okay, next thing, and you have to celebrate those little things. Also, because energy feeds off of energy. Yeah. So if you celebrate a little something, then you have this like enthusiastic, joyous energy that you're infusing into that trajectory of wherever you're going.
Yeah.
So, yeah, love it. What are the most important things to you, just in general?
Family life. I am a mother of grown sons and a grandmother of 3 grandsons. And they are very important to me. I think for me, my integrity is very important to me. To be authentic to myself, that's very important. I think for a lot of those that are in motivational speaking, mentoring and coaching, we compare ourselves. We're often comparing ourselves, and that is the thief of all joy, because what we forget, we're unique. What you deliver it in your way, and people are attracted to you for you being you. And people are attracted to me for being me. I will never be a loud shouting. I wasn't created that way, so I have to accept the way that I am. And so it's important for me to remain that way, because I'm telling people about their identity and to celebrate who they are. So I have to celebrate who I am. So for me, the important things is my family life, my husband, that I have time for him is precious to me, and I am precious to him. It's important that we keep that alive. There are so many people nowadays that are just, their relationships are breaking down. I find it very sad. We're living in an instant life. If I don't like you, or I don't feel good today, and you don't feel good next week, then you know what, it's not working. I don't feel I love you. I'm just going to give up. So it's important. That's important for me. It's important that I remain humble. I do believe that I will be going to bigger places and going into environments that overwhelm me. But there's something about humility that is very important to me. I don't want to become that big-headed person that I forget where I came from. So humility for me is, and it's important that I remain teachable.
Oh, absolutely. You can't do what you're doing if you're not teachable.
No.
And I will just say, as someone that's recently met you, is that, when we connected via Facebook and I was going through your Facebook and then, your website and everything, you really do embody that, like, the authenticity. It's just like glowing. There's something about it that it's either there or it isn't.
That's right.
It was really palpable right away. And I was just like, that's why I wrote, I was like, girl,
Thank you.
loving your vibe, because it's just, and it makes me happy. Like, you know what I mean? It's just this thing that you can't like really describe, but you like radiate it so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And, you know, and then integrity. I love that. You're the first person that's actually given that answer. And I think it's a really, really good one. And, you know, integrity means like all parts of you are integrated, right? Yeah. So it's kind of like, this part of me is okay, this part of me is okay, and I've learned from myself, and then everything can kind of show up in an authentic way. And it's just like, it's making me happy just talking about it, because yeah, like if you haven't checked out Christine's like Facebook or and we'll give all that information at the end, but please do, because it's really inspiring. And just,
and I am a work in progress. I am not perfect. I'm a work in progress, and I know that. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, to say that, you know, I didn't get it right, and always be able to say sorry. If you know that you've done something wrong, sorry is so important to be able to say. I don't want to be a person that's full of pride, that knows I've made a mistake, I walk away and I leave the damage behind me. So, no, be able to say sorry.
Oh, that's a big thing for me. I can do that all the time, and I want to keep people around me like that. And it's just, or even sometimes, you know, on this show, or I do a cooking thing and I'll cuss, and sometimes I'm just cussing because I'm like nervous. But that's me, you know, and it's live, and I'm not, you know, I'm obviously not like, I have a big potty mouth or anything, but it's just me kind of like authentically showing up at the time and going for it, and just, you know, oops, I messed up. Okay, I've done a bunch of things.
That's right.
It's about, you know, learning from that, you know. So I love that you're able to say that, because it's true. Even the most accomplished people are constantly, and they embrace mistakes. They're like, bring it on. So
yeah, that's the only way we will learn.
Exactly. Yeah. And so what are you most proud of in your life so far?
I think I'm very proud that on my journey of discovery as a young mother, I left school with my basic qualifications, and then I went to university as a mature student. I did my degree course, I qualified in business management. I have raised my children, and they are men of integrity and men of honor and men of standard. I'm doing the same for my grandchildren. So I am leaving that legacy. The power that I have is to create men that will treat women in the way that they deserve. You know, treat women like you'd want your nanny to be treated, your mother to be treated, your daughter, if you go and have them, that is someone's child. The same way I want my children to be treated well. I think that there is a lack of respect. So what I'm proud of is the teaching and the relationship that I have with the men that I have in my life. I am proud that I didn't die in some of the circumstances where I thought I was going to die. I didn't lose my mind. And I remained positive, because I believed there would be a brighter day. I'm a very simple woman with things that I need, but I know that for me, I'm proud that I can stand here and I can inspire, I can equip, and I can empower people to go off and do the same for themselves and to others.
Oh, I love that. Good for you. And so what do you think that your legacy is? And what I mean by that is, when someone thinks of your name, what do you want to be known for? What, you know, automatically comes to your mind or someone's mind when they hear your name, whether it's friends or family or just the general public?
I thought about that today, and I think the words that ring through is what she was the ultimate encourager. And it's the woman that stopped by for me, the woman that stood and took time out for me. And I will always make time, and I have always made time. And I thought about it, and there's no big highfalutin. It was just that I took the time out for that person at the time that they needed. I spoke a word at the time they needed. And so the sentence that embodies me is, out of the abundance of her heart, she did. Out of the abundance of her heart, she spoke. And out of the abundance of her heart, she helped.
Oh, that is so powerful. I love that. Out of the abundance of your heart. And then if you know anything about energy work and chakras, that abundance space is here. It's there, and that's where we connect and we give. We also receive, but we have this synergistic thing that's coming from that space. So that's beautiful. I love that so much. You got some good sound bites in here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for being so generous with your time. And then where are you right now?
Where am I? I'm in the UK. I'm in England. Hi, America. This is fantastic. This really is.
Yes, I'm so glad that we were able to connect and everything. So tell everyone where they could find you on every platform and venue. And also, could you share a little bit about what you're telling me before about the mother-daughter?
Okay, so I have a vision and I'm going to make it happen. And I want to put on an event, and it's called Generations Entwined. And what that involves is it's mothers and daughters. And the program or the event is called My Story, Your Story, Our Story. Mothers and daughters, they're not sharing the information. The mothers are not passing on their wisdom, and they're not being open about their experience. So the daughters are going through life thinking they have no one to speak to. And the daughters have a way of communicating that the mothers don't know. So there's an exchange of knowledge. And by that, communication is the key. It's needed. It is now. And I'm going to put that on. So it's Generations Entwined, My Story, Your Story, Our Story. And so that's my next, I should say, project. And I spoke to a young spoken word young lady. She's about 13, and she said she'd be honored to speak. So I'm going to look for a venue. I've got a videographer, and I'm going to start promoting it. So watch this space. It will be recorded and I will post it. And if you're looking for me on any of the social media platforms, my name is Christine Giscombe, and I'm on Facebook as that. I am on Twitter as You Are Born to Excel, although my Twitter platform is not as active as it should be, but it's getting better. I have a website, and that's christinegiscombe.com, and Facebook is Christine Giscombe.
Wonderful.
So find me there.
And I'm going to post this by the time people are watching this, it'll be on my Facebook on Scrumptious Creole Kitchen. So if you have any questions or comments at that time, please type them in and we will get back to you. And again, thank you so much, Christine. It's been an honor to interview you. And I love your vibe. I love your aura. I love your energy. I love everything that you're doing. It's really beautiful and inspiring. So thank you so much for sharing that with.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. All right. Bye, everyone. See you next week.